The Philippine government will deport U.S. Marine Joseph Scott Pemberton to the United States after being pardoned by President Rodrigo Duterte for brutally killing a Filipino transgender woman in 2014. Once Pemberton is released from his detention cell in Camp Aguinaldo, the Bureau of Immigration will ask for his custody to process his deportation order. The Department of Foreign Affairs will not intervene. In a tweet, Foreign Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin says, "I have ordered the Presidential Commission on Visiting Forces under me to follow the Department of Justice." Pemberton is an American serviceman who visited the red light district north of Pampanga and killed transgender Jennifer Laude. The Philippine Health Department says it anticipates an irregularly high number of COVID-19 cases in the coming days due to reporting delays. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere says the delays are due to a new DOH order. Testing laboratories are now required to submit additional information, such as the patient's address and contact number, to help in contact tracing efforts. For the past days, the DOH reported over 1,000 to 3,000 new cases, lower than the over 3,000 to 4,000 cases reported in previous weeks. Researchers studying the pandemic in the country say the COVID-19 curve in Metro Manila had already flattened, but remind the public to remain vigilant. As of Wednesday, September 9, there are 3,176 new cases, bringing the total to 245,143. Meanwhile, joining clinical trials for potential vaccines will guarantee the Philippines will get its supply of vaccines. But Science Department official Dr. Jaime Montoya clarifies, who gets the vaccine first is another matter.
Basta po ang isang vaccine developer ay naggawa ng clinical trial sa isang bansa, they will make that vaccine available. Ang tanong lang po dito is kaagad ho ba? Kasi alam natin na itong panahon ng COVID-19, lahat po ng mga bansa ay nag-uunahan na makakuha ng bakuna. Ang kasiguraduhan lang po niyan ay sigurado magkakaroon tayo.
Progressive lawmakers, outraged by Communications Undersecretary Lorraine Badoy's persistent red tagging, moved to suspend her entire agency's 2021 budget hearing at the House of Representatives on Wednesday, September 9. ACT Teachers Representative Franz Castro calls for the suspension, seconded by Bayan Muna Representative Carlos Zarate.
I'm moving to suspend the briefing of the budget of the PCOO.
I second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Castro and Zarate present Facebook posts of Badoy where she accused them of being high-level members of the Communist Party of the Philippines and of giving orders to its armed wing, the New People's Army.
Kung ganun-ganun na lang po mag-aakusa itong isang unelected official na ito sa mga halal ng bayan at humihingi sila ng budget rito, then Mr. Chair, we cannot allow that. This is not only an affront to us, but I think this is an affront to the institution.
Zarate also blasts Badoy, who said they are not real lawmakers.
I take offense na gagamitin niya ang kanyang posisyon using government funds to attack our person and encourage the trolls to attack not only our person but even our family.
The PCOO's budget hearing is now suspended until further notice. The delay is in stark contrast to the quick approval of the budgets of other executive agencies, where proposals were approved after one meeting. Badoy's boss, PCOO Secretary Martin Andanar, disowns her social media posts, saying they were not official positions or statements by PCOO.
It was a Facebook post of Undersecretary Badoy using her own Facebook page. Whatever our esteemed Undersecretary Badoy, I mean, if she's given the right to answer, that is her own post on her page, and that is not to should not affect the rest of the Presidential Communications Operations Office budget, including the agency's budget. This is for the PCOO to be able to disseminate information, especially now during the time of the pandemic.
The PCOO's proposed budget is at 1.59 billion pesos. This is not the first time the controversial statements of its officials boomeranged on the agency's budget. In 2018, the absence of Assistant Secretary Mocha Uson annoyed lawmakers that plenary deliberations were deferred on the PCOO budget. Environment Secretary Roy Simato refutes claims by health experts that dolomite dumped in Manila Bay will cause respiratory illnesses. At the House deliberations of the Environment Department's budget on Tuesday, September 8, si Mato says the dolomite used is 3 times bigger than regular sand and won't go up in the air.
Meron harmful effect. Nakalagay po sa recess niyan ay kung kinakras yan, yung dolomite during the mining doon sa source ng mining area, ay kung wala kang protected dito sa mga protection dyan, sa nose protection mo, ay harmful po yan kasi nandyan po yung mga particles, small dust particles na lumalabas, silica kasama sa component ng dolomite. So pinili namin a bigger size, bigger than sand, mas mabigat sa sand at saka mas malalaki.
Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere earlier said aside from respiratory infections, dolomite sand could cause eye irritation and discomfort in the gastrointestinal system. Si Matu adds that dolomite will clean Manila-based waters. Media repeatedly asked the ENR for its plans since it launched the Manila Bay Rehabilitation Program in January 2019. The plans for the creation of an artificial beach amid the coronavirus pandemic were never detailed to the public. Instead, the DENR gave only a short email which stated that the efforts will be done in 3 phases. The email was only 2 pages long. Raptor also reviewed media interviews by Simatu. He never mentioned creating an artificial beach last year. A video claiming the novel coronavirus is a weapon for mass extermination is false. In the video, a man identified as Dr. Roberto Petrella discourages testing and vaccination for COVID-19. The video claims the virus is part of a program to eliminate 80% of the population. It also claims the term COVID-19 actually means, as translated from Spanish, Certificate of Identification of Vaccination with Artificial Intelligence. The video gained over 265,000 views on YouTube. COVID-19 is real. As defined by the World Health Organization, it is a disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. CO stands for corona, VI for virus, and D for disease. The WHO also verifies COVID-19 is a naturally occurring virus. A journal article from Nature Medicine says the virus that causes the disease is not a laboratory construct or a manipulated virus. Other fact-checking sites have also rated Petrella's claim as false, citing a lack of proof.